At least one of them flew in the rhino and hit me on the chest. And I've got my eye on the patient down south as well, and I couldn't stop, and I had this seagull in the passenger seat, and the whole thing was just really weird for me, so I just kept driving.
Yeah, you go. Mate. Yeah, I've been bitten by a dog on it. Oh, really? Yeah, no, you're right. That's pretty bad, too.
I saw this guy come shuffling towards me, and the next minute he's just gone, I've just been bitten on the beep, beep, beep by a dog.
Imagine his poor girlfriend or poor wife. She won't be getting any love for a bit.
That's the worst thing that could ever happen to a man.
How? Why? What was going on?
He was very lucky that there was intensive care paramedics that are already in the tower that had just treated a patient, and they said it was the most horrific thing that they've ever seen.
There was no blood. He wasn't that much in pain, so there's only one thing I can think of. He would have been in shock.
I've seen a lot of weird injuries, but that's the worst.
To avoid any confusion, the paramedic clarifies how serious the injury is. The dog has torn the skin from the base down to the tip.
Do you know who owns the dog?
Yeah, he's my mate's dog. It was an accident.
I don't know if I could really describe what I saw, but it wasn't bleeding at all, so that's probably lucky, but I would hate to see that ever again.
Have you ever had any of this before? Not quite like that.
Imagine it never returned to working order again. You'd be heartbroken.
Paul's mate doesn't help the situation.
I just hope you fix it.
I'll be able to fix it. Yeah, fix it easy. Just you're not waiting to have this thing for a while. I'll tell you that right now.
As long as I can have it one day again.
It's bad, mate. Dog biting was enough.
There's a lot of Chinese whispers of how it really did happen. I heard it was a Chihuahua.
Could have been a Labradoodle.
I reckon it was a female for sure.
Paramedics arrive to take Paul to hospital. No one misses out on inspecting the injury themselves.
I've seen the pictures of the aftermath and after surgery, and he's bloody brave, that's for sure.
Weeks after a dog bit him in a very private place, local resident Paul has returned to reveal all.
Hey, mate.
It must have been a scary day.
Oh, it was. I was freaking out.
Is this the dog?
Yeah. He didn't mean no harm. It was an accident.
So what's the go? What happened? Because
I took Zeus for a swim. As I went to dive over him, he must have thought there was a ball there, and he's jumped up and nipped me. And I didn't want to look in the water, so I swam back in, and I've looked and I've freaked out a bit. Luckily, there was an ambulance here, and you guys helped me out, so...
Yeah. So how many stitches did you end up getting?
Oh, it was about 100, around the 100 mark, so yeah.
Such a mellow dog.
Yeah, like I said, it was an accident. He's a good boy, you know.
Lifeguards are given an opportunity to inspect the repair work performed by doctors.
They've done a good job, but I give it to the doctors.
Yeah.
They fixed you up good, mate.
Vince's Hospital.
Can't even really notice it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Paul is thankful it wasn't worse, and the doctors have restored everything to its former glory.
We've just got a phone call, and yeah, there's a rat up in the bowl, so might throw on some gloves and do a bit of a Steve Irwin up there.
A rat in the skater bowl? No, that's not in the manual.
It's a pretty big scene up here. There's people everywhere, so we're going to come up, and if it's not too vicious, we'll try and catch it, throw on a pair of gloves and do our dirty work.
I can't believe the cops are here dealing with it.
Yeah, it's a bit different, saving a rat than a human. It's most probably going to be harder. When I get to the skate bowl, the coppers are doing nothing. So I was kind of like, it's a rat. Like, I'll do it. Like, who cares?
Drop in, Jess.
Why did I drop into the bowl with no shoes on? That's just plain old Jesse just doing things before he thinks.
I wasn't going to touch it. I was going near it.
I just held the bucket behind it and it just slid straight in. Job done. How easy was that? As soon as I looked at it, it was just eye contact and it's just like, bang, let's go. And I was kind of like, whoa, I didn't think rats were vicious.
Oh my God!
That was so funny.
What's the dance, man? I'll go myself.
Definitely, I knew it wasn't my jacket. As if I'd use my jacket to put on a rat.
Fully jumped on my face.
So funny. You had it in a bucket and it jumped and you hit it again. It was like...
It's not even my jacket, I just put it on, so...
It's probably mine. No name. Oh, hang on. Chris Chapman.
It's Chapman. The Lifeguards operations manual is a very important book, but I definitely don't think there's anything about catching rats out of a bowl at the skate park. Rat rescue. I need to wash your jacket, chap. Not happy, Jan?
No, not happy. Hate rats.
Harrison has been tasked with pest control duties.
So I was just on the promenade and a couple of the young skater kids came down saying there was a rat in the skate bowl.
This isn't the first time lifeguards have extracted a rat from the skate bowl. When Jesse attempted to catch an unwelcome visitor, the rat turned the tables on him. Today, it's Harrison's turn. Lifeguard versus rodent.
I jumped in thinking I was 6 foot tall and bulletproof. That quickly changed. The thing just charged at me. How am I gonna get this now? You know, I'm eating humble pie, got my tail between my legs, and I'm just thinking, oh, there's no way I'm gonna get this thing into the box. One of the other grommets ran down and put the lid on it for me, so I didn't have to have any close contact with it, and I still looked like a hero.
Let's call him Frank.
Frank?
Frank.
Bondi rat Frank lives another day, and brave Harrison shows how it's done.
You know, where Jesse went wrong is he let his guard down, and he didn't get one of the other kids to do it for him.
Lifeguards have spotted something caught in the nets.
You're jumping off first.
No, it won't. That won't be happening.
The suspected shark needs to be removed, dead or alive. Quiggers and Bacon draw the short straw.
What is it?
It's a grey nurse shark, tragically a protected species. Generally considered harmless, their teeth are still razor sharp. Gases in the shark's decomposing body make it float to the surface. As Bacon clowns around, the shark launches a surprise attack.
Bacon's just something just silly. I don't think he realises he was trying to kiss it. Not smart. That karma stuff can come back and bite you.
Shark face to face with the shark, and he breathed on me, and never felt more crook. It was disgusting. It was the most disgusting hideous smell you ever smelled in your life.
2 days later, anxious swimmers report an unwelcome visitor.
There's a shark in the rip, north of the middle set of flags.
You can't leave the thing there. People are going to freak when they see it. Like, you can't leave it there.
Keen to impress, trainee Maxi volunteers for the job.
Everyone's happy with that scenario, so he's going to go in and get the shark, and we're all going to stand and watch.
You jump down, I'll sit up and wait for you. This is a good utensil, grab it. Yeah. We'll see how we go. But I'm excited, that's all. I'm excited, something different.
Maxi eventually discovers the lurking troublemaker.
It's got to come out of the water. It's dead. It's, you know, we don't want to attract more sharks, and we don't want to scare people. So we'll get it out of the water as the first step.
Not experienced in the art of shark rescues, Maxi and Troy attempt a technique normally reserved for unconscious swimmers.
With an unconscious
unconscious person, you roll the board over and flip their arm and use the board to pull their momentum to pull them back onto the board. But I don't think that'll work with a dead shark. They seem to be trying though. They got it up. He had a big rope as he was getting ready to go in the water, and he was doing some fancy knots with it. I said, mate, just go in and pull everything out.
Troy and Maxie resort to a two-man drag technique.
Mate, not every day at Bondi we pull a shark out of the water.
Now, swimmers are suddenly very brave.
Move my hands in Yesterday I kind of watched Jaws, so that didn't help that.
The only thing under attack right now are beachgoers' nostrils.
It stinks!
Yeah, dude, take it up the beach, get the boys on the shovels, and that's it, mate, I reckon. Give it a burial.
Grave digging isn't in the lifeguard manual.
Trying to put that shark in a plastic bag and take it up to a bin would be a horrible, horrible thing to do. Say a couple of words, Maxie.
I don't know, I'm not really good with words, mate, but...
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, mate. He's had a good life, by the sounds of it. Let's just call him Frank. See you, Frank, mate. Nice knowing you.
Just when lifeguards get a chance to relax, an emergency in the tower.
If that was on me, I'll be bumming, mate. Take me.
Blood-sucking leeches are not local to Bondi. No one knows where it has come from. Chapo is the prime suspect. He's just come back from a trip to the bush.
Quickly, get nerd. Get nerd. There could be shit. It's full. It's been sucking you on, Chapo. Take your shoes off. This is Chapo's leech. It's going to be our new pet. Called Chips. Chips the leech.
Get rid of it, mate. Yeah, just keep looking at it.
There's a visitor lifeguards have never seen before. A highly venomous sea snake is visiting Bondi. Swimming between the flags is no longer safe.
Bacon's a peg who was put Bacon grills. Wait, buddy. There's a snake right there. A sea snake.
Mate, I am that scared of snakes. I'm so glad I'm not down there.
I'm with you with that one, Cabo. I'm so scared of it as well. I hope it doesn't come ashore. I've never seen a snake on Bondi Beach before. I heard there have been snakes, but I've never seen one in the water.
I thought it was a bit of seaweed at first, but yeah, it turns out it was a snake. Thought it was dead, and then its head popped up. It's kind of a little bit freaky, but it's Bondi.
The tropical snake may have drifted from northern Australia in a warm current. Shedding its skin and clearly tired, it is still a danger to swimmers.
Channel Lifeguards to Bondi Lifeguards. According to Emma Summit 2, there's no antidote to a sea snake and you will die with under 10 minutes of the bite.
I was under the impression that sea snakes were extremely venomous, but due to their small fangs, they were unlikely to pierce the skin.
Brave or foolhardy, Bacon decides the snake has to go.
Looks off his head, mate. He's so close to it. Mental.
It's the first rescue of its kind for the boys in blue.
He's so tired. They've battled the surf for like 10 minutes, just getting smashed. It's obviously been sick or something, so needs to get looked after.
All right, Jake, why don't you put it on that side?
Mate, I don't want to get anywhere near its head.
Put it down and I'll flick it in with the... Just put it on the ground, yeah.
No, can you hold that in? No, I'm not holding that in.
The sea snake is on its way to Taronga Park Zoo.
I hate snakes. I can't even...
After convalescing, it will be released back into the wild.
That snake was pretty sick, you know, and it needed help, so I wasn't too worried about it biting me. Obviously, I was a bit scared, hesitant, because they are a really deadly snake, and I knew that before I went out there. So between stingrays in the kids' pool,
and snakes in the beach. You know, maybe I'll get a name change soon from bacon to grilled bacon, bear grilled bacon.
There is a sea snake just south of the North Bondi flag. Please keep an eye out and check on the public.
Sea snake kills.
Sea snakes are deadly creatures. We couldn't leave a sea snake swimming close to the flags, no. The preferred option would be to get it out of the water completely.
Just a few milligrams of sea snake venom is enough to kill 1,000 adults. They're the most venomous snake in the world.
Any update, Tommy? Tommy's a young guy. Some of the newer members to the team are eager to impress, you could say.
It's only after Tommy volunteers that he gets all the facts.
They are super deadly. Please exercise all due caution.
The second Dino said deadly, that's where I realised I messed up.
People have died from sea snake bites. It's a fact. Yeah, trainee, just playing with deadly creatures.
I'm not scared of snakes. At least I didn't think I was.
After quickly paddling out, Tommy realises he won't be catching the sea snake with his bare hands. New lifeguard Jules has a solution.
Troy's gone out to catch the snake with his crate.
Oh, it looks like the clubbies have got Tommy in the IRB and he might scoop it up. Look at that.
With the pressure mounting, Tommy turns to his previous experience as a tradie.
Being a carpenter, I knew there's a tool for every job. And when I was in the boat, I seen the paddle and I was like, that's the tool for this job.
He reached in and grabbed it with the oar and flicked it into the bucket. Job done. Like a true snake wrangler.
They have the snake.
Capturing the sea snake and nobody harmed was the best case scenario.
Thank you.
Okay.
Tommy, you hero. Hi, Dad.
Turns out I'm scared of snakes.
You're a legend.
Oh, it's not very well.
He just needs some rest. Eventually, we had a snake catcher come along and pick him up.
It's not often we find these things. They're fairly venomous as well.
The snake actually recovered, which was really good, and he was released later that day in a secluded beach at the harbour.
Tommy's deadly snake capture gets the tick of approval.
Tommy gets a bit of praise, I guess, a bit of slap on the back.
But what the trainee really wants is a human rescue.
I don't know if I would have earned any respect off the boys because of how I was screaming, but I got given a job and I did it. That's what you want out of your trainee, I'm the man.
Divers had to climb up the rocks to get away from the seal.
Oh, no way.
This man has been spearfishing behind the point at North Bondi.
He just wants to go home, the poor bloke.
His catch has been pilfered by a cheeky seal.
I was a little bit worried at the start, but when I was looking through the binoculars, you could see he was safe because he got up onto the rock.
Look at him, he's just standing on that one rock.
He's looking at his floaty. His floaty's just off to the right.
The catch of fish is attached to a line on the man's spear gun, which has also been procured by the seal.
It's a full-on scene out there. The seal's like, nah, mate.
Fortunately, the volunteer lifesaver jet ski happens to be nearby.
Bondi Lifeguards to the support ski. There's a diver on the rocks who's just had a run with a seal.
Oh, look, the clubby's en route.
I think the divers told him to go out and get his stuff.
He's probably got fish on it, that's why he wants it back.
He's got the spear gun.
Oh. But he's not going to be able to get that close to the rock.
The jet ski keeps its distance from the rocks, but that poses a problem for the spear fisherman.
Look, he doesn't want to get off the rock.
Get in the water. Get in the water.
He's that scared.
He won't even travel the 3 metres to the jet.
The seal will chase him up the rocks. I'd be scared too.
Go, mate.
Get in there.
Do it.
Marooned on a rock, there's only one way back to safety.
Everyone's running out to the boat ramp to have a look.
Get in there, mate. Oh, he did.
29-year-old Mesalame is originally from Fiji. It's only the second time he's been spearfishing.
I thought it was a suck, but when I come, when it pop up, then I saw the seal. Then I tried to, then I was going shoo.
He was a lovely bloke. Never seen a seal before in his life. I don't know, hopefully it hasn't ruined his perspective on seals, because they're generally friendly creatures.
Yeah, I'm so scared now for seals.
It seems like Bondi's latest celebrity visitor has arrived.
Charles was like, oh, must be another celebrity. I wonder who this is.
You won't see today's celebrity on the cover of any magazines, but he does have a famous name.
This is Hefner.
Hefner? Like Hugh Hefner?
Yeah, well, his mum's name was Playgirl, so he got Hefner.
2-year-old Alpaca Hefner lives up to his name with the ladies and looks great in any selfie.
It's so random. Bring more, I say. Bring the herd.
Is that what alpacas are there for?
Maybe it's a pack of alpacas.
Hefner lives on a farm 3 hours south of Sydney. He's visiting Bondi on a day trip. Kids love him, and dogs, curious.
I see a lot of unusual things down at Bondi, so it never really surprises me what you see day in, day out down here.
Yeah, we've got a Port Jackson shark in the pool here. Maybe a fisherman's thrown it in here as a joke, or it's washed in with a high tide. It's definitely causing a bit of commotion with the public. We've got to get it out.
Sharks and kiddies pools aren't a good mix. Even though it's small, a Port Jackson shark can bite if provoked.
Oh! Looking for Jane now.
Harry's remains characteristically brave in the face of danger.
Oh, get me out of the water! Just got to have eyes in your back of your head at this stage.
Or better still, a lifeguard who's braver than you.
Hold on, little fella, we're trying to help you.
When it comes to animals, lifeguards are less familiar with rescue techniques.
Look at that! Yeah. Take up. Look at that! Take out the hook. Pull the hook out. I'll hold him, you take it out.
The shark has a hook and trace caught in its mouth.
No, it's stuck. Can you hold his head? And it's just too tight, isn't it? Yeah, give him a kiss and chuck him back in. Give the little bugger a kiss.
The hook will eventually rust out. What the shark really needs is to get back in the water.
I sense potential danger and I feel it on my skin, but at no stage was I threatened by the creature within.
3 stingrays have invaded the pool at high tide. It's the lifeguard's job to evict them. But the barbs in their tails can inflict serious injury.
Put it in. Pop it in there. Pop it in there.
Bacon collars the smallest one. 2 more to go. Some high technology and plain bravado snare the rest. The nippers are just happy that no one was nipped.
They're fast. They're pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty
and they're
quick.
elusive.
Yeah, I was just watching Bacon. I don't really wrestle stingrays that often, so I just...
Funnily enough, I saw in when I was down the coast, some Aboriginal guys, they just stick their fingers straight in their mouth. That's what I was trying to do. They didn't have very big mouths, these ones. I couldn't really get my fat fingers in there.
In the tower, Azza spots a pair of swimmers in trouble.
Yeah, go to the south end. They've just had a call from some of the icebergs.
Surface helping
Someone's in
someone
trouble.
on the board. We just had a call from the Bergs. These 2 blokes are just a bit out of their depth, I think. One of them's just started screaming for a surfer to help him, so boys have just gone down to get him.
So I jumped in the rhino and I knew I didn't have a lot of time. This guy was in a really bad way and I had a fair bit of ground to cover. So I hit the gas and floored the rhino. Jethro noticed me in my haste and joined in as well.
I just thought, I'll go with him, and the call came through, yeah, Jeff, back him up. And it was pedal to the metal, like we were going.
I pretty much had the rhino going flat stick as fast as it could go, and on the way down I encountered a flock of seagulls and I couldn't really brake or anything.
Singlets has gone straight through the guts of a flock of seagulls.
At least one of them flew in the rhino and hit me on the chest, and I've got my eye on the patient down south as well, and I couldn't stop and I had this seagull in the passenger seat, and the whole thing was just really weird for me, so I just kept driving. I got down to the patient and unloaded the board, and the seagull had fallen out of the seat, so I don't know where it had gone at that stage, but like I said, my priority was this patient because he was going under.
I think one of them's almost got washed in, but one's still clinging to the surfer's board, like he's gonna die.
Jethro reaches the first man.
Jethro's been brushed.
Singlets heads for the second man, who has been saved by a surfer.
He was kind of really relieved to see me, a Colombian guy, really out of breath and looked like he was probably on his last couple of strokes.
All good. Folsom's got his blade and Jethro's just got wet.
With both men safe, Singlets turns his attention back to the seagull.
When we got out, Singo said to me, mate, I killed a seagull. And it was like he murdered a human. He was so rattled.
Yeah, it's pretty out of shape, isn't it?
He said, Jeff, mate, it was in the passenger seat. I hit it and it was in the passenger seat, and he looked like he was about to cry, mate.
I feel bad, but there was not really much I could do.
I was just like, oh no, this can't be real, you know? Especially, you know, we spend so much time on the beach with these seagulls, they're like our buddies, you know?
We thought we better pay all due respect, you know, it was just sitting on the sand and we sort of cut its life a little bit short. We thought, you know what, we'll do the good thing and we'll bury it. And we'll give it a little ceremony and a couple of words and send him off.
Yeah, I think the seagull's gone to a better place and yeah, definitely sort of buried him on the beach. Where else would he want to be?